Now, usually for this video, I need to be able to hear. Usually for this kind of video, you would see the questions on your phone and record with the computer. Not me. I'm doing a flip-flop. And you can hear my air conditioner in the background. That's just, it has to be on. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. So I'm going to dive right in to the cigarette. And the video too. Up first we have Lord of Plagues. How do you think the podcast helped you? Not so much exposure, but I would say inspiration. The podcast being referred to as the Insomniac Podcast, which sometimes I guest star in. Yeah, I guess that's an okay way to put it. Guest star. Sometimes I just kind of do shit there. I think more so by the time my first video was released is when I first got on an episode of the podcast. So that kind of helped me realize that there's other YouTubers out there around in my same boat who aren't completely known but have, enough of a loyal fan base to where you still have a reason to be doing something, and that's what kind of got me on that kick and gave me the ability to keep making videos. So the podcast, in hindsight, has actually helped me a great deal with this channel. Imogen Widger, can you state your whole name in the video? Elijah Blue Belknap. Smoke the M2. Did you ever smoke during sex? Personally, I love it. I actually had to message my ex-girlfriend about that question, and I found out, no, I have never smoked during sex. After, not during. Keith Verse. How you started, how many you smoke a day, do you regret starting, plans for the future? I covered how I started in a past video. It was basically a peer pressure incident that first got me to take a hit, but my addiction started as a custodian when my supervisor kept inviting me out for smoke breaks, and I slowly just became addicted to nicotine. How many I smoke a day? Roughly a pack. Do I regret starting? No, not at all. Plans for the future. I'm incorporating that into another question I know I got, which is one from Tyler Frazier. So we're going to skip right to that one. I think I got one. If you were to ever quit smoking, how severe would the circumstance have to be? Like, what's one thing that would finally make you want to quit? I'm incorporating that with the plans for the future thing because basically, if something severely health-related came up that required me to quit smoking, or, it's actually very hard to say. Probably, at this point in my life, mainly health-related. That's what it would take. Mr. Nix, what's your favorite type of music? Rap. Subgenres of it, such as shock humor like D12, ICP, so mainly shock humor and horrorcore rap. And last but definitely not least, I got some questions from this one. Pathetic Addict, you deserve some good questions of dedicated viewers who are genuinely interested in your views. I have sent some questions. Now, me and this user message each other sometimes, and he sent a very long list of questions to me. However, he stated at the beginning to pick and choose which ones I'd like to answer because it'd be impossible to answer them all, which, it wouldn't, but it would make the video fairly long, so let's just dive right into a couple things that he asked. If I had the chance to make the decision again, would I start smoking again? And basically what that means is if I could go back in time and make the choice of if I were going to start smoking with the knowledge of where I am now, would I do it again? Would I make that choice? Yes, I would. I really would. I enjoy it, and it's got me through some pretty rough times, honestly. A good friend tells you that he thinks about picking up smoking. What do you say to him? That's a whole topic. I want to say why. Depending on his reason. He's like, well, I need a hobby. I could be like, there's some other things I would recommend first. But if he were to have reasons that he would know what smoking is for necessarily, and he, say, wants to be involved in the social aspect, or he knows that it can help stress relief in a way, then it just comes down to age and shit like that. Do you prefer a smoking or a non-smoking partner? Either way, as long as the non-smoking partner doesn't bitch me out every day about smoking. Are you concerned about the health effects of smoking? Not yet. Being a smoker is part of my image and I am proud of it. Is that correct? Well, it's what's getting me subscribers on YouTube, so yeah, it's pretty much my image. I have to be proud of it. Can I describe my withdrawal symptoms if I can't smoke? Irritable. Then I just get downright angry. I feel very violent. And eventually, if it's gone on long enough, I just cry. Scolio refers to scoliosis. Do you want more attention for scoliosis? Everybody knows about it, but nobody really can understand how severe it can be. Like, you say, I got scoliosis. Oh, yeah, my pleca burka durka durka has scoliosis, and he's doing just fine. Well, good for him. Fuck you for not even thinking about the severity of what it could be. Because for me, I work a part-time job, and when I get home, I can hardly walk. My back is shot. What is my favorite food? I don't know anymore. Cheeseburgers. A good cheeseburger, not like just McDonald's. I mean like an actual one. If I could pick a state to live in, which one would I choose and why? Colorado, you get marijuana and privacy. Wait a minute, I said I would never want to do marijuana again. Well, there are the certain strains that can help with anxiety, and if you were to live in a state where it was legal, you could go straight to a dispensary and select the exact thing you want and need. There's my circumstances. Not the legality, the options. Do I prefer cats or dogs? Both. Dogs are obedient and cuddly, and cats are just awesome. Well, actually, that wraps up the video. Thank you for asking me questions, and enjoy your day.